Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to learn SMMA for free without buying any courses, without, investing any money. So Tom, it's going to be very unusual to hear this from two people that own a course, a very good one, probably one of the best, but it is possible to scale your agency to 10K a month onwards without buying any courses. I did it, never bought a course in my life. So like, how would you do it if you're sat there, you don't have the money to invest, you might not even agree with the course business model. You might think anyone who sells a course is a prick. Fair enough.
Well, we came from different places on this because you didn't buy a course, I did buy a course, and fundamentally we got to the same place in the end, literally. So how to learn? If you're watching this, you want to get started into SMMA or digital marketing as a whole aspect, right? And we get this a lot. Tom and Harry, how can I learn this, what you do, and I don't have any money to get started, and blah blah blah. There are so many answers to that question. To learn SMMA for free, you've got to do the following. You have to go onto YouTube and analyze the best people to watch in the space. Okay, use the hashtag SMMA, use the hashtag digital marketing, whatever. But maybe pick out 3 or 4 people in the industry that are worthy of following. Okay. Once you know who those people are, you need to follow them on all platforms. Tom and Harry would be one. Okay. Now, obviously we have individual Instagrams, but follow us both. Our YouTube is a collective and our TikTok is a collective, and YouTube Shorts. You want to be following us because we're giving everything away for free, and we actually give away a lot more than people should give away, but it's there. Follow us. We won't name other people, but there's someone that me and you like, which focuses just on Facebook ads. He's a very technical Facebook ads person. That ticks it for me and Harry because we still follow this person. There's other people who focus more on the long-term strategy and their bigger names, but you can get a variation of lots and lots of different people and bring it together. Now, if you're doing that, and obviously, Harry, you're going to cut in, but if you're doing that, you don't want to be doing that when you're watching Netflix, whilst you're zipping through Snapchat, you're on Instagram Reels still on your phone, you're watching passively. This is something if you're serious about, this is not a fucking fad. This is a business that you are building. This is an actual genuine source of income long-term. You need to have a pen and paper and you need to be writing notes down all the time. If you watch a YouTube video like we've just shot on closing, that's the last video that we've done. It was on how the mistakes people make on closing clients. You should have written down notes. If you're really serious about it, write down notes. That's free. Otherwise, you're going to leave YouTube. You'll probably get distracted and start watching cat fail videos and all this stuff. And you won't remember what was said because we can only retain a certain amount of information in a day. So that's a big one is find the people of value who are good in the industry. Watch everything that they have to own. Everything they have posted for free, you can get in a course. 100%.
100%. And I think there's 2 options when you want to, you find the SMMA business model and you think, right, I need to learn the services. I need to learn how much can operate this business. There are 2 options. You either buy a course straight away, you get, a vault of content from 2 people like Tom and I, or another person on YouTube, whoever it is, and you learn the strategies and the blueprint that they're currently doing in their business. And just to preface that, if you are going to do that, you need to make sure that they are people who they say they are. They earn the money they say they do from the actual business model. So from their agency, not just their course. That's essential. However, if you don't want to go down that, that quicker route, learning from YouTube is going to take you longer. It just naturally is. Took me, when Tom said we're at the same point now, we are, but it took me probably 4 times as long to get to the point Tom was, because I didn't sign a client for 6 months because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So if you're happy for it to take longer, so you don't have to invest in the course, then you can do this, the route that we're about to explain here. And like Tom said, that still does require you to find 4 or 5 people that you trust, that tick the same boxes as we just mentioned. Just because they're not selling a course on YouTube, you still need to make sure the advice they're giving is coming from someone that actually has a successful agency and isn't just producing YouTube to sell a course. So that's also an important factor. I think, like also what Tom said, finding different people that are experts in different pockets, or even people that are expert in multiple pockets like Tom and I, is super useful. But what you do need to do is you almost need to create a list of topics that you need to find videos for. For example, like we've got a full curriculum for our course. Everyone has a full curriculum for their course on their agency websites. You can almost use that as a checklist of topics that you need to become an expert in, to then ensure that you're an expert in that service. So you need to become an expert in the services you're offering. If you're offering Facebook ads or email marketing, you need to binge watch videos from each of those topics. You then also need to binge watch sales techniques and how to sell your services. Then you need to binge watch how to set up your agency in the correct way. So there's loads of different pockets of things that one person's potentially not going to cover. Well, they're obviously they're definitely not going to cover. All of those videos and pieces of information are going to be somewhere on YouTube, 100%. Even if it's in a PDF in the comment section of a video posted 2.5 years ago, it's somewhere on YouTube. Like everything in our course, everything in other people's courses, apart from, like the real personal stuff, but the strategies that tell you how to use a Facebook ad platform is on there. So it's just how you find it. And unfortunately, that is going to take you 10 times longer than if you were just to invest $600 in a course and learn it all for free. Learn it all from someone. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think there's the YouTube aspect where, YouTube is such a wonderful platform. I think it's the second biggest search engine in the world. Obviously, it's owned by the biggest search engine in the world, which is Google. But you can go, like Harry said, it's just going to take you a fucking ton of time to get through content. You're going to be going through hours and hours of content, and some of it will be relevant, some of it won't. But if you haven't got the dollar bills to invest into a course, then you can absolutely learn social media marketing for free and implement it off the back of that. The trouble is, like social media, the actual task-driven items are just probably 20% of your learning, because the rest of your learning comes from learning about sales. So you'd have to then gorge on loads of sales content. You then also need to understand like what a presentation would look like. And there's lots of elements that you then have to incorporate. But in answer to the title of this video is how to learn it. YouTube is the biggest one. You do want to be going onto TikTok and Instagram and follow those individuals again on the alternative platforms. The other thing I'll say is Meta also offer their own sort of very basic training PDFs and things like that, and videos. YouTube have a very good video from YouTube themselves on how to run ads on the YouTube platform, whether it's a display ad, a skippable ad, a non-skippable ad. There's actual trainings these platforms give you themselves, like to help you. I wouldn't say that they're amazing, but it's something there, but yeah, I think that's. But the biggest bit of all this, mate, is making notes. Like you want to end up with a dossier of. Get a fresh notepad. Okay, get a lovely pen and start writing the heading of what you're looking at and write notes on it. Writing notes helps you digest information within the cortex of your brain. It absolutely does. So definitely make notes. And if you're making notes and you're like watching the right content, you'll learn. It will take you a while, like Harry says, but you will learn SMMA completely for free.
Yep. And I think you've just got to because then the question is, mate, people always say, oh, I'm not confident in my services. I'm not confident in implementing this. I'm not, I don't know when to start doing this. I don't know when to start outreach. And that's where you almost, if you're not going to buy a course and you don't have someone there almost holding your hand and telling you literally step by step what to do, you have to have a mindset of just being not gung-ho, because that's quite a negative word, but you just need to fucking do shit. If you just sit there and procrastinate on, oh, do I reach out to someone today? You're never going to get anywhere. You just have to fucking do it and just risk it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Someone's going to say no or put the phone down on you. Like there's like a tipping point of like when you've got enough information, when to actually start doing it.
Yeah, you've got to be like, there's someone I saw on TikTok who I follow, and in fact, I know it was Grant Cardone. I was watching something from Grant Cardone. If you don't know who he is, Google him. He's not for everyone, but he's an out and out hard ass salesman. He had someone on his podcast, and this guy was a multi-millionaire, had nothing, grew it. And he said, if you want to be successful, whether it's SMMA or a business or anything, you just need to become a fucking savage at everything. If you are a savage in what you're doing, you will knock everybody away, because the current group of people that are coming through, and this is like in terms of generational of people, a lot more people are wanting to learn for free or buy a course and then expect immediate results, and or they get all the information, like Harry just said. Perfect timing, really, Harry, with what he said. And then they don't take action because they're just not confident, or they think it should just fall to them. But actually, if you're a fucking savage and you're going at people and you're going to win business, you're speaking, you're networking, you're cold calling, you will just knock you'll run them over. You run everybody else over and just become successful. And you can do all that by learning your trade for free and understanding your service, and then just going out and implementing it. But like Harry said, it's you've got to take action. You can't just watch, feel good about yourself and go, well, I've watched 20 videos on YouTube today. This is great. This is what this is going to work. It's not. It's worth shit unless you're implementing it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good video, mate. I don't think we've got any more to add.
No, I think that's good.
No.
Often do it. We wish everyone the best of luck.
Yeah. And if you have any questions at all whatsoever, guys, drop us a message on Instagram, Harry_SMMA, Tom_SMMA. We do respond to pretty much every DM, unless you're sending us really shitty sales messages, and we will probably not respond. But yeah, please make sure you subscribe. Watch our previous video on the 3 closing mistakes that loads of people make, how not to fall into them. Super good video. Give it a watch. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.